And here's the star of the show and your host, Jim Lang.
It's time to meet our next three eligible bachelors for game number 2, and here they are. Good luck, guys. All right. Bachelor number 1 was voted by his family most likely to achieve limited success. Here from Portland, Oregon, to prove them wrong, Jonathan Torp. Jonathan, welcome to the show and good luck. Our next handsome hunk of humanity hails from Glendale, California. Bachelor number 2 is an estate planner, a jogger, and an all-around great little dancer. Let's hear it for Rick Wonders. Singing, acting, dancing, put them all together and they spell sad. And that's what this showbiz bachelor will be if he doesn't get the part of the escort to our young lady in waiting off stage. Say hello to Michael Norris. Michael, good luck to you, too. And those are our bachelors for game number 2. Now, our young lady has been waiting off stage. Let's meet her right now. A native of Los Angeles, California, our cute and cuddly co-ed for game number 2 is a psychology major who's here to examine the superegos of our 3 loony lovers. Let's hear a warm dating game welcome for Michelle Rubin. My goodness. Very pretty. Huh? They think you're pretty. You are gorgeous. That's a nice outfit, I might add. Very nice. And the guys will see it. The guys are all interested in that. They will see it in a moment. We're very glad you could join us on the dating game. You have your questions all set? Okay, you know, you ask the question, see what you can find out, and we'll start by having the gentleman say hello. Bachelor number 1, would you please say good evening to Michelle?
Michelle, I would like to say hello to you in my native tongue. Hello, Michelle.
Number 2, how about you?
Hi, Michelle.
And number 3?
He's looking at you, Michelle.
You've got your work cut out for you. Michelle, please, have a seat right here. Make yourself comfortable. Guys, good luck, and may the best man win.
Bachelor number 1, let's hear you explain the birds and the bees to a 5-year-old.
Well, the birds and the bees, basically, you have to be very careful about. Because if you deal with the bees too much, you tend to get stung. If you deal with the birds too much, they'll fly over your head and... So...
You mean you'd actually say that to a 5-year-old?
I would, because I'm basically perverted, and I like to deal with children that way.
Okay. Bachelor number 2, jocks don't make it with me. Convince me you're a wimp.
Jocks don't make it with you?
Convince her you're a wimp.
You're kidding me.
No.
Well, I would never be a wimp. If you saw me, you'd be so thrilled to have a jock. There's no way you'd want a wimp.
You're supposed to convince me you're a wimp.
No, but when you see me, there's no way you'd want a wimp. You'd want a jock.
No.
No?
She wants a wimp.
I want a wimp.
I want an athletic supporter. Couldn't you be that?
Thank you. Bachelor number 3. Everybody has a secret about themselves that they don't want anybody else to know. Take a good look at Bachelor number 1 and tell me his secret.
Well, he's a member of the Boy Scouts, currently. I would say, well, his fly isn't open. It was before we got out here. I would say he clips his nose hairs. He does do that.
Okay, Bachelor number 1, same question, and tell me Bachelor number 3's secret.
Oh, the secret he has is that he bears a striking resemblance to Mom's Mabley.
That sounds really nice.
Excuse me?
That sounds nice.
Are you talking?
No reaction, I just...
Okay, Bachelor number 2. If I were to honk your horn, what would it sound like?
Hallelujah!
Sounds like you need a new horn.
What?
Same question, Bachelor number 3. That sounds a little better. Okay, Bachelor number 1. My man has to be handy around the house. Let's hear all about your tool chest.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm very good with a screwdriver.
That's good.
Yes, I'm very good with the screwdriver, and I really drive home a point with that, too. But also in my tool chest, I have pliers. Pliers are good for pulling things.
I'd like to someday.
Or we make it together. I'd like to see your chest.
2. I have the ability to come up with great song titles, but I need somebody to come up with the song. So for now, you're my songwriting partner. The title is there sex after meatloaf? Let's hear the song.
Is there sex after meatloaf? I doubt it because I hate meatloaf. But if you won't have sex.
Okay, bachelor number 3. What did your mother tell you never to do with a woman?
My mother told me never to do with a woman. Well, what I did with her, Well, okay, what to never to do with a woman. Okay, don't kiss her on the first date. Don't step on her toe. Don't clip your toenails in front of her.
Do you always listen to what your mother says?
No, I clip my toenails. It's a
That's it, Michelle. Now you have to make up your mind. So relax, stay right there and think about it, and try and weave something out of that and come up with a date. And while Michelle is deciding which of the bachelors gets the fabulous date with her, we'll take a little time out for a word about these fabulous products. Watch. Thank you, Johnny, and welcome back to the dating game, everybody. And now, Michelle, this is the moment of truth. You're going to have to tell us which one of those 3 bachelors you have chosen for your date. And I know everybody has an idea, but it's up to you. Will it be bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3? Who's the lucky guy?
Number 1.
Number 1! All right. All right, you chose number 1. Any reason? What's that?
I like the way he said hello to me.
You like the way he said hello in his native tongue? Yeah, hello. All right. Well, before you meet him, let's meet the other gentleman, okay? Bachelor number 2 is an estate planner, a jogger, a dancer. From Glendale, California, meet Rick Wonders. Rick, come on and say hi, please. What can I say, Rick? I'm sorry about that. You also didn't choose number 3, Michelle. He is an actor, a singer, a dancer. Doesn't clip his toenails. He plays water polo, too, so he's an athlete. Michael Norris. Mike, come on and say hi to Michelle. Well, gentlemen, you played a great game. We had a lot of fun, and you didn't get the date. We do have some gifts for you. And again, thank you for being with us on the dating game. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. All right, Michelle, now is the time. This is the time to meet the man that you picked for your night on the town. Let me tell you something about him. He's a writer, and I'll bet funny, too, because he had some funny answers. He plays racquetball to keep in shape. Originally from Portland, Oregon, your date, Stevens-Torp. Jonathan, come on and say hi to Michelle. It's only a date, John. That's all. Wait a minute, I've got something to tell you, okay? Is everything all right? I think you're both happy. I have that feeling. All right, now, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Michelle and Jonathan, we have something very special in mind for the 2 of you. So get ready. Polish your shoes. Your wooden shoes. I said your wooden shoes.
Not.
Because you're going to Amsterdam, Holland. That's right. Amsterdam, the city with 17th century charm, wedded to modern day elegance. Your dating game adventure begins aboard Lufthansa German Airlines, one of the great airlines of the world. Lufthansa is renowned for its efficiency, its on-time performance, its fine cuisine, and its impeccable service. And the German Airlines route network is truly worldwide, serving 115 cities to 73 countries and all 5 continents. You can be sure that your Lufthansa flight will be most enjoyable. You'll stay in genuine old Dutch surroundings at the Pulitzer Hotel, a prize in the heart of surprising Amsterdam, Holland's canal-graced capital. And I'll tell you, Michelle and Jonathan, a complete European vacation to stir up the windmills of your mind in Amsterdam, Holland. And by the way, for each of you here are your airline tickets. You want to hold them and give one to him? And here are your bags from Lufthansa. Have fun, okay? Hey, how about that? Congratulations. Come on over, we'll say goodbye, all right?
Now back to Jim Lang and the dating game.
All 3 of our bachelors for this game are alumni players who appeared recently on the dating game. Our alumni bachelors are ready for game number 2. So here they are. Whoa. Alumni bachelor number 1 is a writer from Portland, Oregon, with a sense of humor to match. Here is Stevens-Torp. Alumni bachelor number 2 is into skiing and racing sports cars and hopes to star in his own comedy series someday. Welcome back, Michael Potter. Hey. And alumni bachelor number 3 is a singer with a rock band. He loves performing. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. Once again, it's John Yarbrough. And those are our alumni bachelors for game number 2. Now, our young lady is ready to play, so let's meet her right now. Our bachelorette is a professional costumer who loves tennis and dancing. She also dreams of owning her own theater someday. Welcome our very own fairy princess, Tanya Duncan. Your Majesty. Beautiful, beautiful. Is this antique?
Yes.
It is gorgeous. All right, now, you know how to play the game, of course, Tanya.
Yes.
You ask the questions, and your subjects will answer as best they can. You decide which one you like best to be your king, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll start with a hello and see how they sound. Bachelor number 1, would you please say hi to Tanya?
Me once have Indian pony named Tanya.
All right. Kimosabe. Bachelor number 2, how about you?
Tanya, you must give good costume.
All right. And bachelor number 3?
Hi, Tanya. Come over and sprinkle a little fairy dust on me.
All right. There they are. That's what you have to...
Yes, they are.
They are there. Yes, they are there. All right. Tanya, if you'd have a seat, please.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable in the throne there. Gentlemen, stand by, and here we go. Go ahead.
Good evening, bachelors. I work for a leading costume company, so tonight I decided to come dressed as a Renaissance princess, and I'm looking for 3 things for my court. I'm looking for a knight, a wizard, and a fool. Bachelor number 1, convince me that you're the right knight for me.
Well, I do not want to be taken for a fool because people take me for an idiot. As for being a good knight, I'm a very good knight. Because with you, I will sleep tight. I don't want to get sexual, so I'll move right on now.
Thank you very much, Bachelor number 1.
Thank you so much for having me.
I think I missed something.
Well, you won't miss anything with me.
Okay. Bachelor number 2, could you please tell me why you're the greatest wizard?
Tanya, the greatest wizard because I'm back with your knight joke a while ago.
Okay. Bachelor number 3, please prove to me that you're the perfect fool for my court.
Well, if I can fool you into going out with me, then I guess then I'm the fool.
Oh, thank you. Bachelor number 1.
Yes?
When does old age become a problem in dating?
Well, when your face begins to look like a prune, it could get between you and your date. I'm not doing real well right now, so I'm going to take off my pants. Can't do that. Oh, no! Okay.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, I think
you.
so.
Nice to
Thank
be
you
here.
very much. Number 2, how do nudists celebrate Halloween?
Tanya, very, very carefully because they all wear masks.
Where do they wear the masks?
Tanya, only a fool knows that part.
Bachelor number 3,
Yes?
as a princess, I like cooking and kissing. Can you tell me what the 2 have in common?
Well, kissing wears out, but cooking doesn't.
Okay. Bachelor number 1.
Yes?
How did people manage to smell good before they invented soap?
Well, what they used to do is, in old England, is bathe in a vat of English leather. That will get me a free plug and a year's supply of English leather.
It must have been awfully hard on their skin.
Yeah.
Is it all right? Bachelor number 2, what are the 7 sins of dating?
The 7 sense of dating?
Sins.
Sins.
Oh, sins. I
Like
beg your pardon.
vices.
7 vices of dating.
Yes.
I would say one of them would be sticking around here long enough to be back with a fool and a knight and a jester. That'd be one, and God, Tanya, I'm not having any luck at all with you tonight. My sin would be your sin, and we could all sin together.
I see. Okay. Bachelor number 3. I collect Barbara Stanwyck paraphernalia and souvenirs. If you had the privilege of looting a celebrity's home, which one would you pick, and what would you take?
I'd go to Monty Hall's house, and I'd take...
Door number 3. All right. That's it. Game's over now, Tanya. Stay there, relax, and think about it. And we'll be right back with her decision after these words. Don't go away.
Now back to Jim Lang in the dating game.
Thank you, Johnny, and welcome back to the dating game, everybody. Well, Tanya, we've reached that moment of truth. It was a wild game, and the sad thing is only one of the bachelors can be chosen. Now, which will it be? Do you want to choose bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3 for your date? Who gets it?
It's definitely bachelor number 1.
Number 1! Any particular reason why, Tanya? Why did you choose number 1?
It had something to do with taking his pants off.
All right. Before we meet him, let's move the other bachelors over here and say hi to them. Bachelor number 2 has been on the show before. He's an alumni bachelor. You didn't choose him. He's into skiing and sports cars. Michael Potter. Michael, come on and say hello to Tanya, please. Sorry, Michael, but you did a great job. You also didn't choose bachelor number 3, Tanya. He's a rock singer from Birmingham, Alabama, John Yarbrough. John, come on over here. Well, guys, nice to have you back on the show, and maybe you can come back again. I hope, anyway, we've got some more gifts for you back there. Thank you very much. Enjoyed having you. All right. Tanya, this is it. You did it. Time to meet the man of your choice, bachelor number 1. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He is a writer and a comedian, obviously a very funny man. Originally from Portland, Oregon, Jonathan Torp. Jonathan, come on and say hello, please. All right, Jonathan, Tanya. All right. For your date, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is the food is so good where you're going, you won't have to eat the crown, Jonathan, and you could gain a lot of weight. The good news is you're going to walk it all off in colorful San Francisco. You're going to that fast-paced Golden Gate City by the Bay. It's waiting to open. The rest is up to you. Have a good time. Thank you very much, Tanya. Hate to lose you, Jonathan. Yeah, come on over. We'll say goodbye, all right? Hey, look who's back. We got to run. We're a little late. Bye-bye. Ready to throw a kiss? Come on, let's fire. Tanya?
Yeah, we got a peek at the 7 on Your Side address slide. As a matter of fact, that was a hint that Russ is next tonight on 7 on Your Side. Russ talks with the 6th in a series of game show winners that he's found who've had problems collecting their prizes from Chuck Barris Productions. And this one's been some time, too, hasn't it?
Yeah, this has been a few years, and tonight's Chuck Barris game show winner is Michelle Rubin, who won a trip to Amsterdam, Holland, and even appeared in some advertising for the dating game, but never saw any plane tickets to Holland. She appeared on the show back in August of '78. Michelle lives in Huntington Beach. She just graduated from college. Here are some pictures of her as she appeared on the dating game back in 1978 when she won the trip to Holland. She chose a bachelor who she knows only as Jonathan. However, we've discovered he lives in the L.A. area, and his last name is Torp, and he didn't get his trip to Holland either. Here's Michelle telling us how she won the trip to Holland on the dating game back in 1978.
I chose bachelor number 1, and at the end of the show, they tell you what you've won for being on the show. And they told me that I had won a trip to Amsterdam.
Were you excited about that?
Very.
You screamed around and jumped around and...
Jumped up and down.
They got some pictures of you.
Mm-hmm.
And they used the pictures in the promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle's picture was widely published all over the country in promotional ads for the dating game. Ironically, she never received the prize she is shown so enthusiastically celebrating. Barra spokesmen tell me that some contestants had problems because they were repeatedly offered departure dates that they turned down, but Michelle says she never turned down any departure dates offered by Chuck Barris Productions when they were offering the trips.
Since you won the trip, did they contact you and try to get you to set a date to go?
Yes. About every other month, they would call and tell me, you're going to go on such and such a date, get your passport ready, and we're going to leave. And then they call back and say, something came up, and we're not going to go. And this went on for 3 years.
Jonathan Torp told me this afternoon that the Barris people had called him just today, telling him they were trying to work out the problems so he and Michelle could go on their trip. And since we've been airing stories about Chuck Barris game show winners, the Chuck Barris organization has been taking great interest in the proceedings, and they tell me now they are working to solve all the problems. Tomorrow, a dating game winner who won her trip to Mexico so long ago that her celebrity date has since died, and she is now married and has a baby. If you have a problem you want me to know about, write me here at 7 on Your Side, Box 77, Los Angeles 90027. Gene.